Okay, John, I just opened up this file and looked at it for the first time, read your email, and this is totally unrehearsed. If I don't fix it, I don't fix it, but I'm pretty sure I can one way or another. So it's just this area here that's kind of the problem. The deck disappeared and so forth. All right. Whatever this here is here. Oh, what layer is that on? Oh, it doesn't say. Well, I'm just going to guess and turn off. It's a little distracting for me. It's the personal thing. So where's display options? Move those toolbars over. Where's display options? There it is. I'm going to assume that it's CAD default or something like that. No, that wasn't it. Excuse me. Yeah, in Chief Architect Premiere, you can just click on an object, open it, and figure out what layer it's on, but I don't think that's true in Pro. Ought to be on the Line Style tab, and it's not. Well, okay, I'll just work with it there. I'm clicking, I'm not getting a dialog box here. That's the first indicator. Okay. And there's an invisible wall here. That's probably what's causing the problem. With no dialog box, you can't control anything. So you saw that. That's the first thing I look for. I'm right-clicking and left-clicking. Nothing's happening. Now, what is the purpose of this invisible wall? It can't possibly have a purpose. I'm going to delete it. And there's a wall break right there. I'm going to connect that. Still no dialog box. Okay, so there's some other BS going on. So I'm just going to follow those look like they're connected. That's connected. Okay, right there. No wall, no enclosed space. In other words, when this was enclosed, the decking was automatically built and the decking stayed. But to do anything further, to fill in that spot, we have to find out why this isn't making a room dialog box. Yeah, see, it's stopping short of the wall. Connect that. Now we should get a dialog box. And if we don't get a dialog box, then it's probably because, boy, there's a lot of walls here. What is that? These breaks here. What are those for? Let me look at that. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is done on purpose, but it's... Oh, I guess you wanted a gate there or something. All right. Well, this isn't the way to do that. This is using a wall and a wall break and a wall break. That's not the way to do that, because then you lose your room dialog box and you get no floor and etc. That's what's causing this. I'll just Control Tab back to plan, and okay. Yeah, I'm going to click on this wall and just draw through. See, as soon as I did that, the room label came back, and now you can see that now that this area is included since you added it, and it will build deck framing. I'll go back to the camp overview that I had. That ought to be it. Yeah, see how that's back in there? Now we got a material, some Z-fighting, that where you see the ghost of one material on top of another. That's called Z-fighting. The two materials are so close together that the video card can't differentiate them. And I guess you want all this stuff gray because everything's this color here. Let me see what it is. Where's the, yeah. That's Dover, and this stuff here is light gray matte. Okay. I'm going to leave that camera open, and again, Control Tab to plan. And I'm going to go up to layer display options. Where's layer display options? It moved again. There it is. I'm going to go down to framing. I hit the F key, go to the F's, and find framing, deck framing. Well, planking first. I just want to turn the planking on. There's the planking. Actually, I think this will be easier to do. Let me go back to the camera. Refresh my memory. Okay, this light gray matte needs to go there. Okay. So I'm going to go to layer display options and turn everything off but planking. And in Chief Architect Premiere, it'd be a lot easier, but this is how you do it in Pro. You just, because there's only one layer set option in layer display options. Okay, I'm just going to turn off the layers where there's something on them, where that red plus sign is showing. Those others that are checked. Okay, turn that off. I suppose you don't have to do it this way. I'm just trying to think of the easiest way to get this done quickly. And this may not seem quickly to you, but I assure you it is. Don't need roof openings. I'm going to turn off every layer except the layer I'm going to work on, or the objects I'm going to work on. Just make it easier. Now, nothing should be on except the deck planking. And I'm going to go here and hit the Shift key and just marquee select that stuff, so it's all selected all at once. Okay, that was just automatic deck framing was on, and that error message was just telling me, well, if you do this, automatic framing will be undone. We'll go to the Materials tab. Seeing it's got this color on it. I'm going to go to Plan and find that light gray. I guess it would be under L. No. Maybe it's under Colors. Color. I'm going to get rid of some of these things that are in here that you used earlier that you know on that if there's no check here, then it's not currently being used in the plan, so I'm going to purge those. This makes it easier to look, cuts down all the stuff I have to look at to find what I do want. I believe that's, I'm looking for light gray. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Now I'm going to change all of those planks to this color, that material. Now I'm going to go back to the camera view that's still open. In the camera view, all this stuff isn't turned off. See how much nicer that looks now? But I've still got this to do. So now I'm going to go up to display options. And I guarantee if you're trying to change material on all of these, one at a time, that would be nerve-wracking. This makes it a lot easier. Now, yeah, display options. I'm going to turn that, let me hit the F key, get to the F's, and we'll turn off planking and turn on framing. I don't see any framing. Maybe it's on the, yeah, it's on the floor below. Okay, on the foundation level. Now I'm going to shift select all of that. Open its dialog. Uh-oh. There must be something else in there. When this is grayed out, that means that I've selected something that's not. Let me just do it a little bit at a time. No, that's not working. Okay. Let me do it this way. I'll go over here to the well, at least I guess you don't have any of the other framing, and you wouldn't paint the framing underneath, but you would paint this edge. So I'll just do it. I could probably have done this without turning all the layers off. I wasn't really thinking straight. Let's go to the eyedropper, and we'll get that material there. I don't want to create a new material, so I'm going to get rid of this paint roller icon and just choose the this one here, which is a component mode of the material sprayer, and we'll just do the one piece at a time. For appearance's sake, I'll go ahead and do, well, I'll tell you what, that wouldn't be sticking through there like that. I'm going to click on it and just pull it back in behind the foundation. Click on this and pull it back just a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm going to save, close that view. Now, I'm going to go open display options again and undo what I did in terms of turning layers off. The deck framing and, well, let's see, yeah, turn on planking. You have to be methodical with this sort of thing. We'll turn windows back on. Walls normal, walls layers, yeah. Probably walls foundation. I guess we can turn walls invisible back on. I don't use walls invisible when I print for plans and so forth. Walls attic, we need a hat. Well, you don't need it on in plan view. If you recall, there's one of these layer display options for camera views as well, and this is the one for plan view. Text, probably went on. Often don't show the terrain perimeter unless I'm doing a site plan. Rooms, we'll just turn on rooms. You can turn some of those other attributes back on if you want to. Room labels, sure. Roof ridge caps. Oh, no, overhang area you don't commonly show. Openings, I think, was on. Labels. Don't need those on if you're done with the roofs, unless you're doing a roof plan. Baselines we don't need on. Roof planes, whoops. There aren't any sidewalks, but that's okay. You can turn plants on if you want to. I don't want them on in plan view necessarily. Indicators. A lot of times I don't use that one. Moldings I don't need to see in plan view. Millwork labels I certainly don't need to see in plan view. No. Yep. No. Maybe. I'm not going to turn those on. Floor surfaces for sure. That fireplaces, yep. This is just to fix it up so like when I return it to you, it's something like you're used to seeing. Corner boards, we don't need to see those in plan view. Well, this is personal preference, what layers you have on and off in plan view. So don't put a lot of significance in this other than it's my personal preference, which may not fit your purposes. Okay, auto dormers, yeah, we'll turn that on. And we're back to where we started, more or less. Now we go back to that camera view, control tab. I think I'm done. And a lot of this stuff, John, don't put a lot of significance in it. I've just been doing this for 20 years, and of course I know I've seen a lot of things, and my memory's not shot, so I remember them. But I think that's based on what you complained of in the, I'm not quite sure why this looks the way it looks, but I assume that's the way you want it to look. But putting brakes there, putting brakes is okay in a wall to create a newel post, but unconnected walls, you know, just lose you the control over the model's programming. That's what you ran into. So I'm going to save this and send it back to you, and that'll be that.